I was born on 22nd July 1963 in New York to a US Air Force serviceman and an English mother. We then migrated to England, the place I grew up in, when I was just a year old. As a child actor, I appeared in popular British television shows like ITV's Just William, BBC's Grange Hill, where I played Tommy Watson for 5 episodes in the first series, and the sitcom Butterflies. My parents got divorced when I was 10 years old. As a teenager, I worked at a Duracell factory, listening to T-Rex and Bowie during breaks, then spending my spare cash on trips to London just to buy clothes from a certain elusive kind of store. At the age of 19, I left England and returned to New York, where I paid $500 for an apartment in Staten Island and worked as a sales assistant at a Soho store called Parachute. In 1989, I opened my first retail store at Union, New York City. It mostly sold experimental English brands and only later did it team up with Stussy. It was then that I observed the birth of a new culture among the youth skateboarders, graffiti artists, and street kids. I even studied their unique sense of fashion. At the time, there weren't many companies targeting this particular crowd, marking them rebellious. With that in mind, I saved up $12,000 and decided to open a small skate shop named Supreme on Lafayette Street, with the main aim to provide for the sidestep rebellious crowd. I started with some basic products, nothing too flashy, and even employed street skaters themselves as sales staff, since they were the best salesmen for the market. We even sponsored a team of professional skaters, which originally included both skateboarders and actors Justin Pierce and Harold Hunter, stars of the 1995 cult classic film Kids, a film that not only focused on skating culture, but also the fashion of the mid-90s. The store soon turned into the cool hangout spot for skaters and really started to gain traction over a very short period of time. The skaters could even decide who entered our stores, choose the merchandise that needed to be restocked, and their selling prices. Soon, our store developed a strong connection with the underground society, and slowly but steadily started growing. The crew behind the then Supreme are all legends today, with people like Eddie Cruz, Jason Dill, and Harold Hunter, just to name a few. Before Supreme blew up on social media, it was embraced by Japan's capital. The street style of Tokyo in the 90s lay very close to what we at Supreme provided. In no time, the demand for Supreme in Tokyo skyrocketed, and we decided to open up stores there. The most important thing for us is to have great products in the store that hopefully people will like. Products that are being bought, sold out, and continuously moving. In the early 2000s, Supreme was tagged the store for the cool kids. My hands-off approach and motto, always keep the street kids in the driver's seat, had started to pay off. New York's love for skateboarding is what shaped the trends of our merchandise. Our stores were designed to look classy, yet have their own spunk and attitude. I've often seen that staying true to what you do best has played a major role in our longevity. I want people to look at us as a small and independent skate company that's done their own thing and in their own way over many years and will hopefully continue to do so. Supreme is more of a skateboarding brand at its heart than a retail streetwear brand, which is a common misconception that people have because they aren't aware of the company's rich history. Along the way, Supreme's fashion world street cred has been bolstered by high-profile collaborations with the likes of luxury fashion house Louis Vuitton, as well as iconic global brands like Nike, Vans, and Levi's. The Louis Vuitton collaboration was also the first glimpse into the secretive world of Supreme for many in the field of fashion. The brand's authenticity, immediacy, speed, and deftness came through in its way of doing business. I have learned that if a project is really good and feels like a good fit, and if your approach is sincere, while you're not trying to screw anyone over, people are quite open to doing things, no matter how large or established they are. Whether we're releasing a new line of our apparel and accessories, or dropping new items from our latest big-name collaboration, it has become a commonplace phenomenon for Supreme fans, also known as Supreme heads, to line up outside our stores for hours on end just to lay their hands on our products, that sometimes even sell out in a matter of minutes. Supreme shoppers are willing to pay anywhere from $30 to $100 for a shirt or a hat, and from $150 to over $450 for a jacket at some of these events. Our company has sold everything from Supreme branded hammers, nunchucks, and kayaks to a Supreme brick, quite literally a red clay brick stamped with the Supreme logo.
Shut up and take my money!
We can even sell a leather jacket for $1,500, and the young crowd will accept the price because they believe that it's not a bad price. Another one of our strategies is to create an artificial scarcity. What if the product isn't available 1 month down the line? I think everybody felt that way growing up. The thought process is that the product that I love might not be available later, and so I must buy it now. I never believed in marketing. I had enough trust in our products. They could speak for themselves, and our customer base increases due to word of mouth. Overexposure was another thing I never believed in, which is why I insisted on keeping the advertising to a minimum and instead use social media primarily as an exhibit platform. Our intention is not to over-connect ourselves. We're just trying to show people the things that we do, no different from what a magazine did 20 years ago. Our collaborations always have a meaning behind them. One of my personal favorite brands is Patagonia, amongst others that you probably have never heard of, like Anti-Hero, a skateboarding company. They're all below the radar brands, but brands that are very pure in what they do. I hold them in as much esteem as I do Chanel or Vuitton. The fact that the Supreme brand is so well known and sought after has also posed quite a lot of copyright infringement problems for us. This has in part stemmed from the fact that we were unable to trademark the brand until 2012, as many other products and brands had the word Supreme in their titles. Supreme wasn't meant to be a brand. It's a good name, but it's a really difficult one to trademark. The reason Supreme stands strong today is that as a company, we took a stand for the so-called rebellious youth and gave them a home and a voice. Now, the company has the support from millions of such people across the planet. My name is James Jebbia, and I am the founder of Supreme, where we make stuff that we are proud of and don't just do stuff to stay alive. I think that only a few people take risks, and when one does, people respond. In music, in art, or in fashion. If you guys like that video, please hit the like button. It does wonders for the YouTube algorithm. Just the research and the editing alone of these type of videos takes us close to 18 hours. So we would really appreciate it if you could check out our Patreon. For just $1 a month, you can support our work. We produce over like 12 videos per month, so that's literally 8 cents per video. Thanks so much, guys. Peace out.